Welcome to Magoos Corner with TJ and the Hose. Welcome, mate.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, mate. Div 1 reserves time, a very exciting time of the year as teams jockey for position. Some teams say goodbye, and we actually caught a Division 1 reserves game, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah.
But first off, the second semi, straight through to the grand final is Prince Alfred. Prince Alfred 9-5-59 to Goodwood Saints 8-9-57. Goodwood will be disappointed. They led at every change, Hose, but didn't score a goal in the last quarter, and that'll do it every time.
Yeah, that cost them even just one of those 3 points they scored in the final term. If they scored that, yeah, they were home.
Yes, 2-point win there. So for Prince Alfred, it was Morrill, Preston, Hanneman all kicking two. I used to teach young Hanneman when he was in Year 12. Courier, Fowlis and Potts with singles. Courier, Ellis and Mosey. Oh, and Courier as well. I taught Courier. Good to see those boys coming along well. And Dalwood, the brother of...
James Dalwood in the Magoos.
They've got some depth, Prince Alfred. They've got some depth. Take us through the Goodwood side, mate.
Yeah, Good scored 2, Schiller scored 2, Creek scored 2, Lynch 1 and Quinn 1. Better players were Baker, Quinn, Duncan, Pressler, Shant and Creek. And
That'd be Crook.
And yeah, they'd be crook about getting beaten by 2 points.
Oh, nice work. But, mate, they do have a second chance, and that second chance will be against Henley. Now, we had the live call on the weekend, mate, so we had a good chance to have a look at this game. We got there to set up early, so I saw most of it, actually. It was Henley 11 goals, 8-74. Tea Tree Gully 6-12-48. Really simple, same amount of scoring shots. Henley a little more efficient with the ball, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. It was a good, entertaining game of footy. Had a little bit of a few highlights of it.
Yep. So,
bit of grunt.
Half time, Henley 15 points up. A little how's your mother starts, bit of an all-in. There was an all-in. I mean, there was not like the old days of all-ins. Lots of pushes and shoves and water boys who shouldn't be in there, and runners. Stay out of blues, please.
Yeah, whoever the Henley water boy is, get out of there.
Yeah, with their floppy hat. Look, and it fired Tea Tree Gully up. They hit the front in the third quarter, but Henley in the end ran away with it. They kicked 4 goals to none in the last quarter and were too good. I'm going to put it out there. Disappointed with some of the Tea Tree Gully C and D graders again. Not for the first time. Your A grade set's a fantastic example of how to behave as a footy club. You just see the way they carry on and go off and instigate a lot of issues. It's just rubbish behaviour, and you're better than that. And Tea Tree Gully are a proud club. I think Mitch Sandry and the boys wouldn't be real flash with some of the stuff, the rubbish that was yelled out.
Oh, I didn't see. I must admit, I didn't see a lot of it.
Well, I did see it, and I've seen it before, and you know, you instigate things, you cross the line, and people will react. And the Henley may have started the blue, I'll grant that, but the overreaction for some of the Tea Tree Gully, and well done to the C grade who won a premiership. That doesn't give you the right to bait people and behave the way they did. So that's just my opinion. And if you don't like it, bad luck.
That's what it's all here for. Everyone's got an opinion.
No, Tea Tree Gully are an elite A grade with great behaviours, you know, on and off the field, and it's disappointing when the lower grades can cast a negative aspersion on the club. So that's my opinion. You know. Anyway, Tea Tree Gully.
I just thought Henley were just too good.
Yep.
And you know, guys like Jonathan Rex and that, bloody good footballers. You know, in their B grade, they have Rexy running around there, and they're just very. And I saw Jake Pavlich run around. He's running around in the Magoos.
I think he has time off this year, so yeah. Well, I'll take you through the Henley goal kickers. It was, as you mentioned, Rex with 2, along with Curry and Chapman. Thuing, Lawless, Sheffield, Trussell, and Racing with a better player. Also kicked singles, whilst Rex, Thuing, and Sheffield were the better players. For the Gullies, mate.
Yeah, Joel Cochran kicked 2. Very experienced player. Doyle, Daniels, Jelfs, and Penny, the ruckman, come in with 1. Better players was Harley, Pobke, Jelfs, Cochran, and Penny.
Cochran. Yeah. Who have we done?
I've got a crack screen there, mate.
You do have a crack screen. You've got a crack screen right on your Cochrane. Anyway, look, moving on to this week's game. It is the Division 1 Prelim Final for an opportunity at the Big Dance. And do you know where the Div 1 Prelim Final, Magoos Prelim Final between Goodwood and Henley is?
You think it's at Peteringha?
Yes, it is at Peteringha. Indeed, it's at Tea Tree Gully.
Yeah.
Probably not that convenient for either team, really.
No.
But neither team has got anything else on. No, they've got no A-grade finals, so I'm sure there'll actually be a pretty big group out. Peteringha's got good numbers. I went there a couple of weeks ago. Didn't go well. And
I'm firmly against standalone reserves finals.
Yep.
I think they should always have 2. And you know, I've always grown up with the fact that there's 2 games on. There's a reserve and the A grade. And, you know, I hate this when there's only 1 game and there's a reserves pay for a final. And 10 kilometres down the track.
Yep.
I just think there should be 2 games on.
So looking back over the season, Henley, they've come from 5th, they're 9-9. Can they make it to a grand final against the highly fancied Goodwood Saints, who went 13-5 this year?
They can. There's no home field advantage this week. That Henley side we saw last week was a bloody good side.
Good ball movement, good ball usage, and they look fit. They didn't have any big units, but they look fit. And at Pertaringa, it's a big oval.
Yeah, Rex, he does the ruck work, Jonathan Rex, and he's not big, 6'2", and any side that's got Jake Pavlich running around and the Magoos, that's a pretty good side. I'm going to go on a limb, and I think the Sharks can get up.
Yeah, look, being that they're in the Glenelg zone, obviously they've got a firm attachment to Glenelg. I'll take the Sharks as well. Hopefully the boys from Manly can get themselves through to a grand final. Give me something to watch the following week.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on Magoos Corner. We're back next week with the preview of the Division 1 grand final.
See you later.